like I don't know. I'm just not ready. I'm not ready to let her go anywhere, and I don't want to let her go anywhere. I just need them to find a way to find a median.
But you know that's not. But you know it's okay that she's still home. It's okay that she gets her own. It's okay that she's a good girl. She's responsible. The problem is not her. The problem is you being able to find that boundary in transitioning into her being an adult and you still being her mom.
Right.
That is a challenge for all of us, not
right.
just you.
I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, though, and you my girl. The problem is you allowing yourself to stop feeling guilty for living your life.
Yes.
Once you decide that you've put in enough, you've invested enough, it's been enough blood, sweat, tears, nights, money, and time and attention, and you will release yourself off the hook, everything will be fine for you. You won't be torn apart because you're tearing yourself apart at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah,
so once you release yourself from the guilt that you feel, you'll be all right.
Absolutely. And I never said it was easy.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It's not easy at all. Because, again, my kids were sheltered too. They always stay, they come home now. They just stay in the house with me. They won't go out.
Right.
So they were like that. But it's time for you to, you making your own choices.
Give a independent living arrangement.
Right.
Situation.
Well, she pays rent weekly. She pays rent and everything. If it's something that needs to be done that mommy can't do, she'll handle that.
Yeah.
Or whatever. He's not able to handle. Then if she can step in, she'll step in. She'll do that. You understand what I'm saying? But the tension between
the attention,
the way the tension is so much. It's so thick. And sometimes when I feel like I don't want to come home. That's a problem
because your home should be a
exactly. That's a problem.
Girl. Would you rather escape to the bathroom as soon as you get in there? There's a problem.
You sitting in the car. How about you just sitting in the car?
Okay. Looking at the door like, damn, I gotta take my ass in there.
Or walk around Walmart for 2 hours.
Or you don't go in the house till your phone dead.
Exactly. Girl,
you know what?
Girl.
Kids got grown, and the husband, drive trucks. I get all the time I need.
Nice.
Good for you. You earned it.
Let me just say this. You have to force them. I know. Mm-hmm. You have to force them to be together. You definitely do. But not so much. For me, I can only speak for me. For me, each and every one of my kids, except the little one, they've worked since they were 11, 12. So I start in the beginning because I know how it was. One of the studio audience is my brother. Mm-hmm. He knows what I'm saying. We had to get it because of the way we were brought up. We had help. But, again, that was that community raising us. Right. That wasn't our personal mother and father. Mm-hmm. So when we're taught this way, when we're raised this way, we pretty much know how we want to raise our kids. Right. So I instill in them, you got to work. My son is 14. He's been working since he was 12. Come on, he works. My daughter, she's almost 22 now. She'll go from job to job. Her thing is get a car. Her thing is have money in my pocket. Her words, be popping. Right. Whichever way that is, whatever it means. Be popping, that's fine. But, and with Aaliyah, I never had to put her out of my house. It was always, I'm turning 18, I got this, I got that, I'm out. I'm going to do my thing. And with Justin, Mom, I'm going to find a good wife, I'm going to college, I'm doing this, and then I'm going to take care of you. Now, my youngest, that might be a problem. However, we'll work on that. But it's all about how you raise your kids. Agreed. Is how it's going to go. Mm-hmm. And if you fell short, you cannot keep blaming yourself for that. You have to pick that shit up, to be quite honest. If they're still beefing now, lock them in the goddamn room together.
But this is the thing. They'll get along. There'll be times where they're getting along. There'll be times where he could be in the kitchen cooking and she'll just come in and talk to him or hug him. She came up to him one day crying, like everything, like.
So there's something there.
There's something there. The issue is you.
I believe. Yeah,
I agree.
It is.
We love you, Queen. We love you, Queen. But I agree.
Yeah.
You thinking about it way too much.
Yeah.
You thinking about it way too much.
You know what? You may just need to get out of the way and leave them alone for a little while.
Yeah, that's what I was
Let them
thinking.
Let them grow their own bond.
Yeah. I really was thinking that.
Let them grow their own bond.
I said, I think they need to just be together. Maybe I need to go away for a minute.
Or maybe
and
right
let
now,
them.
maybe have him initiate.
That's fine.
Not even that. You know what? Maybe have him initiate
You wasn't suggesting, but you was thinking it.
I was thinking, well, maybe it's like one of them kid things where they hitting each other. It's like, I like you.
Yeah.
Maybe have him initiate an outing with her. You know what I'm saying? Rather than you planning the outing, let him plan the outing and get a one-on-one with her.
Right.
Yeah, my question is too, I mean, me being a young lady and my mom being a single mother and having, boyfriends, multiple boyfriends throughout the time that, we were growing up. It was not so much that I did not like her boyfriend or the one well, let's say my stepfather now, they've been together 20 years since I was 13 years old. And when he came in, I was already working. I was already fending for myself. My mom had been a single parent for a long time.
Right.
So a guy couldn't just walk in and just try to portray himself as my father, when I didn't have a father. Like she said, there was no father. Yes, my father lived a few miles away, but I saw him on a holiday. So it was not so much that I had a bond. So it was not so much when my stepdad moved in that I did not like him. It was just I was a certain type and I was quiet, and my mom was like, look, you need to be closer to him. And I'm like, I am close to him, but I'm not sure kind of close.
Right.
You know what?
You were good.
That's
feel
kind
this
of
way.
that's
I
kind
love
of
him
real.
from a distance, but that's your man.
But
you know?
my father raised me, so I was more so like that with women.
Exactly.
I was more so like that with women. It was like hard.
You
know what? It still is hard to get along.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like women.
Amen. You know what? It was something that she also said. She said she saw. She said that she saw.
Like that, yeah.
I was waiting on the moment when the man was gonna hurt my mom.
Exactly.
My dad,
And I was the same
See,
way.
That's
about
another
like,
thing.
okay,
me
when
having a
this dude
father
go-
and my mom
you know,
doing
she
that to
had
my
a boyfriend
somebody doing that to my father.
And that's the
he
thing
was in
too.
and out, so I'm like, okay, what you
Right.
need to do?
Right.
You know, and I
And
want.
that's the thing too. That's the thing too.
You know, not even. I want to touch on something that she said.
She saw me.
Right.
She so whatever I went through, she went through with me.
Right.
So she felt it. She saw me hurting and all of that. So she, of course, she don't trust.
It's a
you know.
defense mechanism.
Yeah. So it really is.
It's something also that she
mechanism too. You're not gonna hurt my mama.
That's true.
It's something that she said also. She said that when she grew up and saw her mother with multiple men.
Right.
That's the next thing. Because the next question is, how long you gonna be here?
Right.
Exactly.
That's maybe why a child might not get along with that. I mean, how long your ass gonna be?
You
You
only
ain't.
be here 106 days.
Exactly.
I ain't wait for 100 days.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
do I need to
And I
put
think
my
what it
effort
is-
into liking you?
Exactly. And you're gonna be going tomorrow. Why I even get attached to your ass and I gotta get detached?
Papa was a Rolling
The-
Stone.
Right.
Exactly.
And I
I
think
get
what
it.
it is
I get
too, we did have a period of separation for like maybe a month or so. So, she probably wasn't expecting it. And again, when we had that period of separation, I latched on to her. Again.
And
So it
that's
was
you.
just me and her,
It's
me
you.
and her, me and her. So now he's
And
back.
now
we
he come back and then
reconciled.
here you are abandoning me.
Yeah.
That
And
was-
that's
that
so
was
you
my
know
issue.
she has her so
You shell shocking.
had to talk to my baby.
It's just
Yeah.
like a friendship. Like you
Yes.
can have a girlfriend, a best friend or something.
Y'all
and-
fall out.
And you both single.
Right.
And then she get into a relationship.
That's true.
That's just what it's like.
That's exactly what it's minimized. Like the time we spent together, girl, you don't want to go out and have a drink. No, girl,
It's
keep it
Tuesday.
Yep.
You ain't coming out.
It's
Yep.
not that I don't like
Shut your
you.
ass up.
Hey, shout out to Teresa.
Your ass up.
I ain't coming out.
Well, you know what the problem is too? A lot of moms, and I mean, I didn't do that, but I've seen it done. A lot of moms, they get into a relationship and immediately they want these kids to, latch on to these guys, especially when they're older. Listen, let them be friends. It's okay for them to not be super cool.
Right.
If she's an adult, she's already an adult. She's not in that, I see him in a parenting type of way. I
Right.
see him as a cool dude. He loves my mom.
Right.
We're cool. We're
Right.
chill. Oh, we're having dinner. Okay, I'm not available, but you guys, but you have to figure out a way to get her in that space where it's okay for you to not be available for her all the time.
Right.
Because I promise you, there's gonna come a time where she's not gonna be available for you all
Right.
the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My son like that.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
My son like that.
And how are you gonna handle it when that happens?
And she's gonna call us.
And now you can't be not
She's
even
gonna
that
call us.
now you can't be the bitter one.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, but she's gonna be bitter.
And the thing
How
is,
dare
too,
she?
she's a child that stays. She's a young lady that stays home. Like I've never had. She's never been
that
one
jacket
to run the streets. She's never had. She's a homebody.
Right.
So she stays home as long as she has a computer and her
Right.
iPhone. She don't need to go nowhere.
Right.
she on social media, then also she's not social, but social, she don't have a bunch
That makes
of
it harder.
friends
That makes it
and
harder.
things out here, so it's like all of her friends are really on social media, so she's not really out here making
In the
friends,
streets, right.
and things. So it's like, my mom, you like, my mother, you're my best friend. My BFF is my mother,
Right.
So it's like,
I'm trying really hard not to be my son's best friend or his favorite
You
person.
can't. You can't.
We have been together. My son didn't go to daycare. He stayed with my aunt. Shout out to Aunt Brenda. She kept him from 6 weeks on. But I still believe that I do a really good job of keeping a balance. Of course, I'm his favorite, but I'm not going to be his only. I let him go
Right.
places that my mother would never let me go.
Right.
You weren't let out of my sight until you were 16
Right.
years old.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't treat
Agreed.
my son like that.
Yeah,
Even at 4.
that's a bad thing to
I
do.
also, speaking about the topic of,
That's what I did.
if you don't like
Your
your
spouse.
if your spouse doesn't like your kid or whatever like that, I was recently in a relationship and I made it my business to keep my son out of that relationship because the person I was in a relationship with had kids as well. So we're not going to the parks together. We're not going to Chuck E. Cheese together. And these children's feelings get involved. And
Right.
these children's hearts get involved. And I don't know if I'm going to be done with you like that for too
Right.
long.
Right.
And we're not going to have a step family and I'm not dealing with you. My kid is missing
Right.
your kid. And we're
Right.
not doing all
Right.
that. So it's really, it's not just about the relationship that my son and I have together because I allow him to have relationships with other people. I encourage it, please.
Right.
Please. But at the same time, I'm selective about the people and the relationship because I am responsible for his feelings. And I also feel like I'm responsible for the other person's feelings too. I don't want anybody
Right,
getting attached to my son
right.
and missing him and wanting to call me, whether it's really just for me or just
Right.
for him.
But
You
using
know,
him as an excuse. not
Right.
you.
You gotta be careful when you create feelings, and relationships create feelings. I'm very careful of the feelings that I let people create involving my son.
As you should.
Even at 4.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet with me. I'm just going to continue praying like I've been
Amen.
doing
And
because
we
that's
will
the only
continue
thing I
praying
really
with
feel
you.
like I
That's
can
right.
do
That's
at
right.
this point is pray that they get a relationship, they build the bond because like I said, it has been times where they were,
Right.
and I'm like I don't know exactly what it is right now, but I'm just praying on it. That's the only thing I can really
When
do.
you see that rift, you should analyze what caused that rift. Instead of seeing that there's a problem, what caused that problem? You saw that everything was great, and then it went left. Analyze what went left.
She not available.
What that if that matters to her, then she can make herself available for what matters to you. And if that matters that much to you, you analyze what caused that rift.
Yeah, you got to
Go
find the
ahead.
root.
I want to add something coming in as a daughter, and I'm an adult right now, and sometimes it's not so much of what I got against you. Growing up, when that guy came in, like I said, my mom had a boyfriend here, and then she got the guy that she's been with for the last 20 years. It's, she still goes to school, she still sees friends, and those friends' parents are still together, and sometimes we still want that. We still have that little small hope that maybe my mom and dad will get back together. Why can't why didn't I have the parents that were still together? And that kind of made me distance from this guy, where I didn't just open myself up to him because I was hoping that,
Right.
my dad will step back in
Yeah.
and then it will be a family again.
Right.
Well, she does have that bond with her dad. Her dad is actually incarcerated and has been since 2001.
Wow.
So that could be another,
Dad could be in that ear saying, your mom for me. Nobody.
Another topic for
Girl,
another.
you daddy's girl.
But yeah, another topic for another day, right?
That's all right. I know what that's like.
Mama
Yes.
still love me. Don't worry. We gonna get back together
Yes.
when she come home.
Yes.
You know I love your mama.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hold that down for me. P.O.P.
Well, but you know what? But that raises a good topic because, like what I said before, is we focus so much on the problem, we don't pluck the root.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't know, sometimes the other parent could be putting stuff in the child's head, not trying to hurt the child, but just
Right.
just because that's how they feel,
Right.
about the new person. And the next thing you know, this child is reflecting this and doesn't even realize it
Right.
because they want to like this child. I'll tell you personal experience. I know my stepdaughter wanted to like me. She wanted to love me, I'm sure. But it was hard for her because she loves her mom.
Right.
And so now she sees her parents not to, you know what I'm saying? So this happens to kids. And I think in our community specifically, I know in our community, we think that this whole one parent household thing, dating someone else, is the norm. So we don't ever think, hey, this kid might want to have both their parents in their life, so we don't talk about it with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, those kids still go to
We don't,
school.
yeah.
And sometimes,
Right.
or wherever they go,
Right.
you're going to McDonald's or going to
Right.
restaurants and you seeing
Two parents together.
that teenager over there with both her parents,
Yep.
sitting across from both
Yep.
her parents. You know, and it's like, why did I have them?
Yep.
Was it not enough for them to stay together and love each
No,
other?
no,
you know?
oh, you know, girl. So my parents did do that, and it was not a good thing for them to do. No matter how hard I prayed them together, they tried to stay together. I'm both my parents' only child. They tried for years. I don't know if I should be disclosing this. Oh Lord have mercy. But my parents dealt with each other for over 20 something years on and off. And they did it. I guess, you know, when I actually became an adult is when they finally let things go. But there was plenty of times that they tried to make it work on behalf of me. And when I finally stopped praying for them to be together, that's when things began to change for the two of them. So maybe while they was trying to work it out for them to be together for me, I was at the same time I was praying, but it wasn't the best thing for me to be praying for.
But let me ask you, did they become happier once they separated?
I can say they get along. I can tell you that much.
Or,
You know,
within themselves, did they become happier once they let that stress of
I can't say that because I don't know because the type of background I come from, I am my father's child. Can I say that much? Okay, I'm my father's child. So, with that being said,
It's isolated.
He's finally settled down to a monogamous relationship, and with that relationship, he loves her. You know what I'm saying? And I finally see my father loving somebody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like
And
said.
I honestly thought growing up that my father loved two people in this world: my mother and my grandfather. Not even me. Not that he didn't love me, just a level of love that he had was my mother and my grandfather.
Oh wow.
And to see him loving another woman and wholeheartedly her and no other woman in between and no other interaction. I've never seen my father with a woman with no other interaction, including my mother.
That woman pulled something out of him.
Right.
She was there. She was.
She pulled
She
something out of him that he
she was
holding
there
in
for him.
all
She
the
was
time.
there for him during the time that my grandfather was ill and going. You know what I'm saying? And
She filled the gap.
She helped my father with my grandfather as he was deteriorating his age.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And
I mean, just know that regardless of how, I don't know how you and your father's relationship is, but 20 years sounds like he made a sacrifice.
Right.
And I'd rather for my dad to made a sacrifice for me to have a mother and a father.
You know what? I never
there
thought
to
about-
teach
I
me the
never
things
thought about
A
that.
mother and a father need to teach their child, not a stepfather. A stepfather can't teach me anything. Traits that I carry is from my father. I need to know
Yeah,
why
you know,
I
you
feel
really
like
hit me
this,
with
why
something.
I think like this, why I look like this, and I learned
Hey,
it from my father.
and I can say
I
that.
didn't
And
have
you know what? And there's certain things that I didn't appreciate as a child. I used to feel like my father would he would befriend me to use it against me when he got mad at me and go tell my mother certain things that I would tell him. And he would then now my father I feel like used to try to break us apart.
You and your mother?
Yeah.
Well,
I used
that's
to
what
feel
you
that
call
way.
a pawn.
He
He would use you as a pawn.
And you know what? I used to use them as a pawn. And I thought about it. I used to use them as leverage. You know what I mean? I'm
Well,
the only
that's what
child, so
children do.
exactly.
But when you're an adult,
I am my father's child. I am my father's child. Yeah.
As a kid,
So
it's normal, but not
it was like with him doing that. I forgot my train of thought. But my father, he did that. You know what I'm saying? He would. Okay. But yeah, he would do that. I used to make, and maybe that wasn't the case, but I feel like that's what he used to do in order to separate.
Like you said, you are your father's child. You gotta know your parents are somebody's children too.
Mm-hmm.
So they gained it from somebody too. Those same
longer than a
traits that you
relationship.
carry, X and Y, they got it from somewhere too.
Indeed.
So
So speaking of getting it from somewhere, again, on behalf of the Sisters at GS Radio Newark, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you for listening. We hope that you liked everything you heard. That even if you didn't like everything you heard, I appreciate you for tuning in. Before we go, we're going to give you the opportunity to participate a little further in the show. If you have a topic, a question, a comment, something that you feel like we need to talk about, discuss, it could be controversial. You know, we like controversy. Please email it to gsradionewark.com. We can't wait to read all of your suggestions. Again, we need your participation and we need your support. So on the way out tonight, everybody here is going to drop how to find them, how to keep in contact. And again, this show is every other Friday right here on gsradionorth.com, 9 to 11 p.m. So I'm Just Joy. I'm your host with the most. I'm taking over the world one media event at a time. You can find me
We're taking it over with her.
At Just Joy, 2 T's on IG, Shakira Joy Bobbitt on Facebook. Again, thank you for tuning in.
Hi, I'm Jamila Johnson. You can reach me at latrice99@gmail.com or speakers@gmail.com, and you'll see me.
I think with Icon Down, I'm going to take on the handle of the Jack of Many Trades. So I'm the Jack of Many Trades. I have a chauffeur for car service, and I also do electrical work. You can find me at Tashira Icon Don Taliaferro. That's on Facebook, my favorite place to be. Instagram, icon_Don. Jazz, JAZZ, like the music, smooth like the music. 23_42 at yahoo.com.
And I am Michelle Nunez, aka at The Momager Life on all my social network platforms. And I plan on changing this world one block and one person at a time.
All right.
And I'm Sarah Washington. You can reach me at washington.sarah@yahoo.com or washington.sarah1978@yahoo.com. Or you can find me at the Velsburg Park Conservancy with Tanya. You can reach me if you want to get in touch with Tanya. You can find me. My handle is I'm with Tanya. All the time. So again, thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Absolutely. And it's your girl, Tanya Champagne, and y'all already know how to find me. Google me, baby.
Thank you all for tuning in.
God bless. Bye. Are we off? Everybody's live is off?
Oh,
You gotta shut
even
your
my
live.
live.